Hey lovelies, you're welcome to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into love and marriage to see. So, my key takeaways from this episode. The first thing is Ashley's conversation with her mom. I think Ashley was trying to express herself and talk about how she was feeling and talk about her feelings of abandonment towards her mom, and how she felt like when she was young, at the age of 16, her mother left home and moved in with a guy and left her to live in the house, basically to fend for herself. So the mom tries to shut it down and was like, well, you weren't by yourself. There were people there, and also I was paying the bills. My personal view is that 16 years old is too young to leave your kid to fend for herself. Now, I appreciate she said, she didn't have to pay bills, but it's not just bills. Emotional support, your physical presence, all of that. It sounds like she had a man and she just thought, bruh, I'm gonna leave my kid and I'm gonna go out and live with my man. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you do that when your kids reach a certain age, not when your kids are 16 or when your kid is 16. 16 is too young. At least wait until maybe perhaps they've turned 21. Then you can decide, okay, 21, let me go live my life. Or even like maybe 18, even though I still think 18 is a bit too young. But let's say 18, 21. 21 would be the preference, right? Wait until she's 21. And let's say she went to college bang on at 18, then she's already in college. So you can go and do whatever you want to do. It wouldn't be too long to wait 2 additional years before you go and move in with your man. It's not going to be the end of the world. No one is saying you can't see this man. No one is saying you can't spend time with this man. But leaving your house to go with your kid living there, for you to then go over to your man's house and then stay there forever, that is just out of line. I think Ashley is right to confront her about it, but I don't think Ashley is ever going to get the response she wants to get. What you have to understand is some of these people and some of these parents, they grew up in that sort of traumatic cycle of doing things like that. And they grew up in a cycle where it was like, or they grew up in environments or toxic environments where it was very much, the husband over your kid or whatever. Which I'm not saying is a problem in itself, but my thing is when you have a kid from a previous marriage or a previous relationship, you always have to bring that kid along. You're a package deal if you're going to be dating anyone else. So she could have easily brought the man to move into their house. Or she could have, moved the girl. Let's say, Ashley, I'm falling in love. I want to marry this person. How would you feel about us moving in with this person? Maybe meet him. Let's see if you guys get on. She didn't do it at all. Instead, she made her decision. She's 16 and I'm out. And that's not right. I don't think that is right. And I think for me, what was really, really appalling was I was seeing certain comments online where people were like, well, she's grown. Grown where? Even the mom said 16 years you were grown. I'm like, girl, 16? What do you mean she was grown? And also, why would you feel comfortable leaving your kid with other people, family members or not? What if something was happening to Ashley when she was younger? What if? I'm not saying that happened, but what if? These sorts of things happen when there isn't a parent monitoring their child. Of course, there are other instances, but what I'm saying is don't put your child in certain situations that could be avoided. But I also agree with what Ashley's best friend Alicia said, which is you have to forgive and be at peace because she probably may never come around and accept her story, accept what her truth is, what Ashley's truth is. So Ashley has to get to a point for her mental health where she fully just accepts, you know what? I've said my view, I've said my own. It's up to her whether or not she accepts what I've said. But moving forward, I choose to move forward. I choose to move differently. I choose to not wait for this apology that might never come. you know? So, because you don't want to hold on to hurt and all these things, and then in the end, you just realize that like you lived your life full of bitterness, and this person was just living their life like they did nothing to you, you know? So, I hope Ashley can like move on and completely heal from it. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think Ashley's mom was wrong for leaving her to fend for herself when she was 16? And some people might say it wasn't leaving her to fend for herself, but if you're leaving a child without emotional support, what is that? So let me know in the comment section below. Even if you don't agree with me, disagree with me in the comment section, and if you agree, also let me know as well. All right, let's move on to Clifton and Joy. So Clifton and Joy were having a conversation about getting married. Joy does not want a like wedding, so to speak. She's happy to go to like the courthouse, but Clifton wants them to do like a ceremony. He wants to see Joy walk down the aisle, which I thought, okay, I was like, oh, that's cute or whatnot. But I think Joy was trying to express that she feels like they got married, they got engaged online, they met online, on a TV show rather, and so she just feels like she needs to have something for herself, and she can't just do the thing, like the whole ceremony thing, in terms of like she's not sure she wants to do it. What I would suggest is a mix of both, in the sense that have like a really intimate, like very intimate, like you can do courthouse, only like certain people are invited to that, have that, and then have like a little ceremony afterwards, still with like, you know, intimate, still intimate, only the people you want there. You don't have to make it something that is like streamed online. No one necessarily has to know. You can just be like, oh guys, we got married. That's it. We don't need to see how you got married. We don't need to know how you got married. Like, you're entitled to want to keep certain things for yourself. So that's what I think. But let me know what you guys think about that. The one thing I do want to say about Clifton and Joy is they are smart in terms of trying to talk about Clifton launching a beard oil. And I say that because you see certain people on reality TV for years without launching any products. And I think it's such a disservice. It's like you're doing yourself such a disservice. Like, if you're on a public platform like that, you should be launching products. You should be having businesses offering different services. You know, you should be using that exposure for something. Like She by Sheree, for instance. How long did it take her to finally launch She by Shein or She by Sherein? You know, like it took her a while. And even now, people are still calling her out about the whole her copying all the Shein designs and then, you know, slapping a huge price tag on it. So I'm glad that Clifton and Joy are making business decisions. You can tell that they both are very business minded and they're thinking, because also, I don't know if did you guys get when Joy was like, oh, I use the beard oil all over myself, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, girl, you better sell your man. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like they're definitely trying to promote that business. And it's a smart thing to do. It's a smart thing to do. It's like you're on the show. People at this moment, you're building a bigger platform. Even people that don't like you might be like, oh, let me go see the beard oil. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? So I think it's a good thing what they're doing. This is what a lot of people on reality TV shows should be doing. Like, if you're on a show, let them see that you're about your business. Like, that's what Melody has also shown on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so I think, like, reality TV stars, anyone deciding to be on reality TV, girl, take notes, honey. And finally, the last key takeaway that I want to share, which is probably the one that I feel the most strongly about, is Jamie Sr. You guys already know on this channel that I always say that Jamie Sr. is abusive, in my opinion, right? And so you can see the interaction that Jamie Sr. has with little Jamie. If you have not listened to my previous episodes, I would say go and listen to it. I really broke it down quite a bit. And I talked a little bit more about what I think the psychology of little Jamie is and what I think his upbringing was. So I would say go listen to like my last 2 episodes. And like, so hear it for yourself and let me know what you guys think. So back into this, right? They were at Ashley's birthday party, just sitting, talking. And so they brought up little Jamie, and Irena was saying that little Jamie reached out to her and said that, you know, he's struggling mentally, and he has considered the, you know, the S word, suicide, right? And so, you know, she's talking about her concerns and he is completely dismissive. So Ashley was like saying to him that when my mom used to speak to me like that and call me names, it really was just horrible. And you just feel so terrible. You feel so bad about yourself. And Ashley also expressed that in the past she had tried to off herself, right? And so she's tried it multiple times. She talked about like, and he was just interrupting, saying he's just doing it for attention. And it bothers me so much because I'm like, even if, why take that risk? Like, I'm not saying he's doing it for attention, but let's say worst case scenario, that's what he's doing. Why would you ever even say that? Because what if he's not doing it for attention, like you said? What if he finally does it? What happens then? Like, how would you live with yourself knowing that you played a part in him feeling like he needed to off himself? Like, and for a father to trivialize that it was so heartbreaking. And I can only imagine what little Jamie is going through. And when he watches the episode, he will even be more upset. It's like, my father doesn't care about me, because how would he say that about a child saying he wants to off himself? Like, are we serious? And at what point, do you know what? I loved how Ashley tried to call out Jamie in that moment, because someone had to. Like, how are you trivializing the fact that your kid could go and off himself? If he does it tomorrow, you will be the person crying, talking about living a life of guilt, feeling like you had failed your child. So why would you be so insensitive? Why would you be so careless? Like, he's so careless, because I'm sure people are watching the show and struggling with their mental health and thinking, what sort of horrible, horrible father is this? It's like, I cannot wish that kind of parent on anyone, where your child will be talking about struggling mentally, instead of you to think, okay, this is a call for help. Let's get him, you know, to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, whatever the case may be. Let's get him the help that he needs. Instead, you're making it all about you and how you think that he is trying to get attention. Like, are you serious? Do you understand the implications of him deciding to off himself if he does? I really pray and hope that that never happens. I'm not trying to speak into existence, but I'm just trying to say, like, how is it that a father cannot think, okay, we're talking about your child. We're talking about your child. We're not talking about the next random man's kid. And even if we're talking about next random man's kid, we'll hope you have the sensitivities to at least still be able to understand that you can't say things like that. You have to be supportive. You have to get people help. People always think people are crying wolf until it really happens. I was going to say I'm disappointed, but I can't even say I'm disappointed because I'm not surprised. It didn't shock me at all. When you see the way he addresses his son, it's so heartbreaking. The way he addresses this season, he hasn't done much of that. But the way he used to address Irena in the last season, you could just tell this man was abusive. There was nothing anyone could tell me. I just felt that he was abusive. And for him to trivialize his son's experience or his son's truth about feeling a certain way and then say what he said, is just mind-boggling. And so I can't even say disappointed. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. And I can only imagine how his son feels. Like I have no correlation. I'm just watching the TV show, but I feel this passionate about it. I can only imagine how the kid feels, how Irena must feel, how the other members must feel. Like it is so horrible. It's just so sad. And yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's it. I think the only other thing I was going to add was I was just very curious about what do you guys think about Quick not telling Ashley that her best friend was in an accident until later on in the party. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think he did the right thing? Do you think he didn't? I'm sort of my answer is I'm sort of in two minds about it, because on the one hand, if my best friend got into an accident, I would want to be there immediately. I would not want someone to not tell me. I don't care about no party. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate parties and anything that is done for me. But when it comes to my friend is going through something, my friend's life is in danger, or could potentially be hurt, could potentially be in the hospital, I don't care about the party. Let's cut the party out right away. But I also understand him wanting her to have a good time, because he knows that she will not have a good time once she finds out about it, and he was trying to delay the inevitable. So I'm in two minds about it, if I'm being completely honest. I'm in two minds about it. I am in two minds about it. So that's the thing. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys think that he should have told her straight up at the start, or do you think he did it the right way? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys later. Please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you know every single time that I post. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you later. Bye.